What's up, good people? It's AA Sports coming at y'all again. Straight sports, no chaser. I'm here live with my man, All Hate. Hey, what's cracking?
My team is going to the Final Four. It's all love, baby. What's good with you?
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. We are going to the Final Four. Tar Heel fans, we'll see y'all in Glendale, Arizona. Well, in spirit, at least. I'm not going.
Tickets probably sky high, boy.
High as giraffe nuts.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's Diego Barishnikov again. We're here to give y'all a live take on sports. We're going to do some NCAA Final Four, Sweet 16 Elite 8 recap and preview, rather, for the Final Four. Go over a couple other things as far as the Raiders move into Vegas, and a couple other little hits and misses, tidbits here. We're going to get y'all started, as we always do, with open bar. So
today's a holiday, right?
There's a holiday, apparently.
I ain't new holiday.
I had no idea. You know, they make up all these national cheesesteak, national hamburger, national water, all these national days all of a sudden. Every day is damn near some kind of holiday. But today was quite interesting in the world of sports because it was happy hashtag 328 day.
Boy, this a petty-ass holiday. Boy.
I haven't known Patriots fans to be that petty.
It's epic.
I mean,
people 328, this new holiday that came about really in the last 2 months. This is when 328 was the score, the Patriots-Falcons Super Bowl, when the Patriots made their comeback from 25 points down. Patriots fans, you are some petty motherfuckers to start this up. Petty. Falcons fans, it gotta hurt.
Yeah, man, because I get up this morning, I'm doing my morning routine, going through, looking at stories and see what's going on. I keep saying this hashtag 328. I'm like, what the hell is that about? But finally, by lunchtime, I figured it out. I was like, oh, okay,
that's petty. Yeah. Cold. You know what, man? They was just starting to get okay with it. They were just starting to. You can't still talk about it, but they don't cry about it as much. But to start this up,
I mean, it's opening wounds back, man. It's just opening the wound.
That's throwing salt on the wound. It just started to heal. Oh, bad business.
So,
hey,
sorry, Falcons, y'all. Like I said,
tough break, man.
They gotta come back next year. You gotta win that Super Bowl.
Should have kicked that damn field goal.
Get that stink off.
Oh well. On to the next one. Our first topic of discussion. We're gonna go NFL because we don't have too much with the NFL this week. The Oakland Raiders took that bag, people. You know the money got messed up a couple weeks ago. The investors kind of got a little nervous. But they took that bag finally, and they are officially going to Las Vegas to be the Las Vegas Raiders. I feel bad for the city of Oakland. I really do. Now, I appreciate what the mayor did, standing up, for the people, not making sure they fund that stadium. But the Raiders are supposed to be in Oakland. They're supposed to be in Oakland. But it's over. Stay home.
I mean, we knew it was coming. It was just a matter of when.
Right.
Hey, I'm a San Francisco 49ers fan, so I could care less with the rest of these teams.
Damn.
Man, at the end of the day, they still got to go out there and play football.
Yeah.
As far as, whether it sucks for the fans and everything, I guess I would have to put myself in their place. Like, what if the 49ers moved and had to go somewhere else? How would you feel? I mean, I guess I have to cross that bridge when and if we get there. Right now, right. I'm trying to find some care right here, but I can't.
Nah, it's a business at the end of the day. And hell, each owner received $50 million when they approved that deal. Man, they were going to make that deal 2 times a week and 5 times on Sunday.
Right.
That deal was going to happen.
And apparently they got 50 for the Chargers and 50 for the Rams too, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I knew they would probably get broke off something, but I didn't know how much. And they said that this is this is unshared revenue. So
right. Players don't touch it.
Don't have to share this with the players at all. So it seems like an easy sign off to me. Now it passed with a 31-1 vote, and the one vote to say no was the Dolphins. I don't know what that was about.
What was that about? I wonder.
Just to be different. You know what they should do? Since y'all voted no, y'all don't get y'all $50 million check. How about that?
Dog, that's $150 million for an owner over the last year.
Yeah.
$150 million just to raise your hand and say, "Aye."
Yeah.
Boy, life is good. Life is good. I tell you one thing that came across a little bit before we came on. It was kind of funny to me. The dude who owns the Bunny Ranch out there in Vegas is opening a Raiders-themed brothel. And he is giving all team personnel and players 50% off. It's already starting.
I saw that. So that's really where the bigger questions lie about this move. It ain't really about the football, where they gonna play, all of that. It's the what's gonna happen with the gambling. What's gonna happen when you got teams coming in from off the road? They staying there overnight for games. They got to stay in hotels. They got casinos in them. You got, the thought pockets is gonna be out even more.
Right.
And then I started thinking,
you find trouble anywhere.
Huh?
You can find trouble anywhere, but you can find a lot more trouble a lot easier in Las Vegas.
Exactly. So, the teams are probably going to have to hire like additional security staff or something just to be on the lookout to see what's going on, overnight more than usual. So it's going to be crazy. I'm thinking about, it's probably going to be few far in between that the paths cross, and I'm pretty sure they'll try to work it out where things are not on the same weekend if possible. But what if it's a big fight night in Vegas? All right.
That's true.
So you got that on top of all people there for a fight, and you got NFL game going on. So you got those people coming in. Let's just say you got the Cowboys or the Steelers coming in on fight night.
Right.
Well, that shit gonna be crazy.
You won't be able to move.
You know what I'm saying? You won't be able to move. Shit gonna be triple, quadruple the price. It's gonna be
well, the only saving grace with that is them fights be on Saturdays. So the teams normally would come in Saturday, but I guess the traffic is what you mean with the fans coming in, driving from Oakland to. So that the traffic is gonna be ridiculous. But you're right.
I'm saying, just think about the players. The
players
for road games by Friday at the latest.
That's true.
Saturday you got walkthrough. So if you stand in a hotel, if you stand in the MGM where it's a fight, that Saturday night when you need to be sleeping, fight night is popping.
Yeah.
Hey, that's potential problem. But I think the teams would be smart enough. I would think the teams would be smart enough, the road teams, to not book the hotel where the fight's gonna be at.
Right.
Go down to some to another part of the strip or something.
Yeah. That's a smart move. But it happened. They took the bag. Tough break, Raiders. Just win.
They got 3 years to get a Super. Derek Carr, you got 3 years to get open the Super Bowl before it's time for y'all to go. So
yeah,
they right there.
True.
Right there.
Next up, Joe Thomas, center for the Cleveland Browns, came out on Sunday, I believe, and he was speaking on Colin Kaepernick, and I thought his comments were quite interesting, considering the fact this cat has been a loser his entire career. Wonderful all-pro center, but who stays in Cleveland? Anyway, he came out and said that Cap was no more than a backup at this point, and teams don't want their backups to be distractions. That's why don't nobody want them. I sent you the show notes and you names that are have been Cleveland Brown quarterbacks over the last 2 years. And this cat is talking about a guy who's better than everybody on this list. What you think about it? Because I believe you told me you had an exchange with this fella on the Twitter.
No, I didn't have I didn't have an exchange with him. I tweeted at him about his comments, but no, there was no response back. That was one of the Hawks writers that.
Oh, I'm sorry, my bad.
But it was nothing. But with Joe Thomas, I looked at some of the names on this list. I know RG3 was one of them. Cody Kessler, Josh McCown, Johnny Manziel, Austin Davis. I mean, all bums. Kevin Hogan. Who the hell is that?
Clipboard Jesus.
Charlie Whitehurst is clipboard Jesus.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, you look at some of those names and you be like, okay, Joe Thomas, really? But we know the whole Colin Kaepernick is a regressed talent. He's not a starting caliber talent. All that is just taught to deflect from what we all know what's really going on.
Right.
That's all of that. That's all of that is. There's no way you can sit here and with a straight face and fix your mouth to say that he's not talented enough to be a quarterback in the league. So that's just, again, not – you're more concerned with how somebody went about something than you are concerned about, well, why are they going this route? What is it that they're concerned about? There's no talk about that. It's just all about how you go about doing stuff. And like I said last week, I just wouldn't have a conversation with them type people because as soon as they say stuff like that, you know where their head's at. It's no point. Yeah,
I guess I'm just surprised that Hugh Jackson isn't fighting to get that because with the work he's done with lesser quarterbacks, they need a quarterback. If that was me, I'd rather have Cap on that team and keep my draft picks. But we're talking about Cleveland, so I digress.
I mean, he very well may be trying to do that. And if he is, he's doing the right thing by not saying anything publicly about it.
Right.
Try to get the owner to do it behind the scenes and just drop the deal when it's time.
Right.
It really don't make any sense. It don't do any harm or good to come out and put out the rumors about it. So he could be. We'll see. But at the end of the day, Kappa end up somewhere.
Yeah.
Maybe closer to the draft, or maybe once the draft is done, he'll land somewhere. It's just going to be a matter of whether somebody wants to bring him in as a starter or whether they want him to be, a bench player. And one last thing about the distraction piece of it, I mean, it shouldn't be – first of all, it shouldn't be a distraction anyway. One, because if you focus enough on the game, you shouldn't let something that happened last year distract you. Two, the man already said the kneeling part of it is over. He's standing. So, therefore, media, there really should be no more questions about it.
Right.
That distraction piece of it is not on him. He's not asking himself the same question 50,000 times.
No. And the last part about the whole thing with that, his teammates still voted him as like one of the best teammates despite all of that.
The highest award you can get from teammate, he got it.
So I tell you what's a distraction. Yeah. Bro, did you see that picture that Jay Cutler's wife posted to him? Mm-hmm. Bro, Jay Cutler's wife posted a picture of him. They on vacation somewhere. He's standing on a deck, butt-ass naked, looking out at the water. Yes, it was on NFL.com. Bro, that's ridiculous. I'd be so upset with my woman for posting that mess.
He was that MTV chick, right?
I believe so. I believe she was a reality chick. Yeah, right. I'd be upset about that one, but hell, he ain't gonna get no job anyway. All right, our last bit of NFL news. Robert Kraft came out. Robert Kraft came out at the owners' meetings this week and said that Tom Brady told him that he plans on playing at least another 6 or 7 years. Bruh, the oldest player to ever play QB in the NFL was 48 years old in 1975.
George Blandon.
Yeah. He's about to be 40 in August. We already know he don't really get. Is this shit possible? Like, really?
6 or 7 more years? Nah.
That's what he's saying. 46 years old?
I'm not buying that shit. Like I said, I'm giving them 2, 3 tops.
Because they fall off that cliff fast when it starts.
Right. So let's say somewhere between the 1 to 3. I don't think it'll be after this year. Because even if you have a bad year this year and start, regressing, I don't think it's going to be enough of a regression where at the end of this year, no matter whether they win another Super Bowl or not, that he's just going to quit. I don't think the regression is going to be that drastic this year. Now, coming the second year, the following year, 2018, 19 or whatever, then that's what I'm thinking is we're going to either start seeing him steady or we're going to start seeing a decline. And if it's still in the decline, then it's time for him to start looking out, going out the door. Because he's not a mobile cat. These defenders, these defensive ends and linebackers, they're not doing nothing but getting faster.
That's all.
So
That's
for
it.
the most part, he's been pretty injury-free other than the ACL that 1 year. He doesn't get touched a whole lot. But
Has
that's
he been tackled since then?
it seems like with him, most games he don't get touched, he's fine. But those games where some teams like really put pressure on him, they hit his ass like 10, 15 times a game.
Kind of like them Giants Super Bowls. Never forget 2-0 against the Patriots.
Right. It was like every other play. If he wasn't getting sacked, he was getting touched.
Yeah.
You know, when you start getting in them mid-40s, there's only so many of them touches you can take. You know what I'm saying? It don't take but one good one.
That's all. I tell you what's funny. I thought about it when I was typing these notes. Maybe they put this shit out there just to kind of drub up this Jimmy G trade talk. Because, you know, it died for a while. Draft coming up. Maybe they getting this back up there like, look, we got to trade the guy. Brady ain't going nowhere. I mean, they're gonna have to. They're not going to franchise him every year at $23 million. They're going to get rid of him next year. He's gone.
Probably next year. This year he'll be on the roster this year. I'm thinking, unless they get some trade that's just going to blow them out of the water, like if Cleveland decides to give up the number 1 pick or some shit like that. Maybe.
I wouldn't give up 1. I give up 12, and they need to take that damn 12. You know, because that works out the Patriots' way. They can control you for 5 years off that 12th pick. But we'll see. We will see.
If I'm Cleveland, I ain't giving up that 12 pick. Not all 2.5 games.
Yeah, I mean, what, 6 quarters? That's essentially all we got on them. But hell, I don't know.
If you're gonna do that, draft a quarterback.
Draft somebody. You ain't got to pay them out front. You're right.
But
right.
like you said a few minutes ago, it's Cleveland.
Yeah. Yeah. The owner may call down at the end, just like they took Johnny at the end when he wanted him. Who knows?
Right.
All right, let's jump into the NBA. The Cleveland Cavaliers last night played a game against the San Antonio Spurs, and to put it the best way I know how, they got their ass kicked. They got their ass kicked up and down that court last night. They are 5-5 over the last 10 games, and we know they're waiting on the playoffs. We get that. But they're not playing no damn defense against nobody. They normally play against the good teams. They're not even playing against the bad teams right now.
Yeah, I haven't even watched them in probably a week, maybe 2 weeks. No, probably about a week. Ever since the tournament started, I probably haven't watched them. I mean, if it was another team in the East that I thought before this latest slump, if I thought it was a team in the East that was legitimately like right there with them, that could really challenge them in the 7-game playoff series, I would be concerned. But since I don't, then I'm not. So now, you know, Boston, good tough team. I give them 2 games in the 7-game series against Cleveland.
Yeah, that's all I give them.
You know, Washington, same thing, good tough team. I think they would have the ability to get 2, maybe 3 games. I like what Washington doing, how they playing right now. I just think they got a little bit more size at some spots that would affect Cleveland versus Boston. But well,
you know one thing about Boston, they either gonna win on the court or in the parking lot, one or the other.
And most teams that win in the parking lot don't never really win on the court.
And I'm sorry. I mean, call me wrong, man. I just it's hard for me to take these cats seriously with a 5'8" dude is their star. Because I believe that they'll put LeBron on him at the end of the day and take him away. Even at 32 years old, I still think LeBron can take him away if he had to.
Yeah, if he had to, they got enough other people.
Shump can chase him.
They got Darren Williams now. They can throw him on him. They can, for the most part, they'll probably throw Shump on him if it get real bad. Let Shump just chase him around. You know, spend all his energy on defense because he's self-check on offense. Nobody looking for him on offense.
Yeah.
So I don't think LeBron will have to deal with him. Even if Isaiah get his 30.
Who else gonna get you 20?
20, exactly. So it don't matter. Yeah.
They got a bright future though. They got a whole lot of assets. They got a bright future.
They need another piece.
Yeah.
They'd be all right.
But let's talk about the hometown team. Looking at these standings, I sent you the Eastern Conference standings. I'll admit to you, the same way you ain't watched Cleveland, I have not watched the Hawks probably in the last 2-3 weeks. I really just haven't. I did not know shit had got this bad. I did not know. And I know I've heard about the injuries. I heard about the injuries the last couple of weeks. But, dog, we can literally be out the playoffs. Literally.
I think they were up earlier when I looked at it.
They should beat Phoenix because Devin Booker ain't playing tonight. They should.
They should have beat the Nets, but they didn't.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So, I think they're on a 7-game losing streak right now.
Sapp ain't playing the next 3.
I don't think he's coming back. And I said it.
You don't think so?
I said it the other day. I was just saying it jokingly, like, just sit his ass down and let's just tank the rest of the season and go for the lottery. And
you think he's making a business decision?
Something came out yesterday. There was an article about whatever it is with his knee or whatever. He's diagnosed with something different. And in three more games, he's going to definitely be out 3 more games, and then they're going to reevaluate him. Then they lose another 3 games, just stay out and just tank.
Stay out.
So I don't know what's going on with him.
I mean, what we've been talking about all these years, get a wing. This is probably the best draft we got to actually get a wing that can help us.
Right.
We can mess around and get Tatum from Duke, put him at small forward. How long we been needing that?
Right.
Get Monk. I don't like Monk's size. I thought he was bigger. I love Tatum because he's bigger. But you give me Tatum, you got Junior at 2 with Schroeder.
I mean,
that's a better lineup.
You got a lot of cats. You got Dylan Brooks coming out.
Dylan Brooks, yeah.
You got some pretty big guards coming out.
Right.
Even this year, even with a fully healthy Paul Millsap, Hawks ain't making no noise in the playoffs this year. Okay,
no.
We know we're gonna win first round, and then we'll probably get bounced second round if we have to play Cleveland. I don't even know about them winning first round series this year.
Not against Toronto. No. Even with Lowry out, I think Toronto beat them in 6. I'll say 6, maybe 5.
Now, and one other thing you mentioned the standings when to back up to Cleveland. Because let's just say Cleveland, if Boston keeps number 1 and Cleveland gets number 2.
That's an easy road.
It's not a real big deal especially for a team like a championship team led by a champion. Michael Jordan and them never always had number 1 seeds. Kobe and Shaq and them teams never always had number 1 seeds. Let's not hang our hats too much on that.
Right.
With Cleveland falling, let's just say they fall to number 2. I think it's a better matchup maybe for them. Well, let's see.
They have Indiana
versus Miami. Now Miami's hot lately.
Yeah. Miami, I wouldn't want to play them first round. That's too emotional.
And you got that part of it too. So it may do Cleveland some good to drop the 7 and play Indiana. That should be a pretty easy series.
You know what? I never was sweating the 1 seed. It was more about the way they were playing because LeBron can go on the road. I mean, he has went to Boston and busted ass numerous times over the years.
Right.
And they ain't got nobody on that team that's going to stop him. I mean, Crowder can irritate him, but LeBron going to get his numbers. Right. And, they can throw whoever they want at Kyrie. He going to do what he do. Long as these guys are healthy going in, they're going to beat anybody in 6.
I will say this. Now, in the first round with Indiana may be a better matchup, but that second round, now you're looking at Washington.
Yeah.
Versus Toronto.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't want that.
Right.
I want to have to play Washington and the Celtics. Yeah, you should beat them both, but then you're looking at possible 6-7 game series with both of those versus 5-game series.
Right.
Somebody else. So that's something that Cleveland might want to think about too when deciding what to do with these last couple games.
I ain't putting nothing in here about the Western Conference because it is what it is out there. I think Golden State's hitting their stride. We're just going to see the way that plays out. But the next topic, NBA-wise, is the MVP race is coming down to the final stretch. You think Isaiah put himself back in the picture?
Who?
Isaiah.
Nah.
Still don't?
He's not. It's dwindling down now. He's good season and everything. He's not going to be a legit contender for MVP. When the voting finally released, he's probably going to be like 4th or 5th.
Yeah.
After this losing streak, LeBron, for me, he's out. Kawhi is probably 3rd, and I flipped Harden and Westbrook. Now I'm taking Russell. I'm taking Westbrook now because before when they were kind of hovering around maybe 7 or 8 seed,
Yeah.
Like, well, Harden and them are winning more games. The Thunder are 6, and they could get 5.
And they can get 5. That's crazy, ain't it? And people talking about him like they just suck.
Right.
The 6th seed in the West.
Yeah.
And, I hear all this talk on all these shows. Russell's selfish and he does this. You tell me somebody on that team that can go out there and get you guaranteed points. Or better, let Russell get hurt 4 or 5 games. They're out the playoffs. They're out.
Yep.
It's amazing how these talking heads on TV with these hot takes be looking at this shit and just making up these assumptions. That is not a good roster. You know what that team is? That team is the Philadelphia 76ers during Allen Iverson's time.
Yeah, I was there.
That's the same damn team. A lot of bigs who can board, can play some defense. Now, Kanter, he's a solid offensive weapon. But for the most part, that was just a lot of bigs that ain't going to get you nothing. You got bigs in a small man league right now. That's essentially what you got. But, yeah, I think I'm back to Russell. 31, 11, and 10. 6 in the West. Harden's balling. Do they ever do co-MVPs? Just always one.
I know they had co-Rookie of the Years one time.
Jason Kidd and Grant Hill.
Right. So I think if the votes are split down the middle, then yeah, but it's it's a slight possibility of it happening, but it is a possibility. So I wouldn't want that if I was Harden or Westbrook. I wouldn't want to split it.
Yeah, I want to just be one.
I wanted or I either wanted or I didn't.
Right.
Yeah, that would be me, but
right.
I think it's gonna be a close vote, but we're gonna get a outright winner one way or the other.
You know what'll help Harden this week? If they beat Golden State both times, they playing them tonight.
Yeah, they're getting drugged, I think, right now.
They getting drugged? I ain't even watching. Damn, how bad is it?
It was like 16. It was still like 7 minutes left in the second quarter.
Well, damn. Okay, on to the next. Let's jump into the NCAA. It was some good games this weekend.
Well, no, they didn't came back. Before you move on to NCAA,
what's up?
I'm going to touch on not to go too far into. We touched on it last week about the wrestling thing. And
okay.
I'm starting to ask these players about what they think.
I know which one you're talking about too.
Okay, Pat Beverly.
Yep.
Homeboy, we don't care what you think. You're not part of this. You're not really part of this equation, this discussion of what they talk or who they talking about. Okay.
He probably mad because he don't get the rest option.
Right. You know what I'm saying? if you sit down and you rest, trust me, nobody's going to notice.
Nobody notices.
Nobody's going to notice unless somebody was looking for a budget option on FanDuel and they were going to put you in and then saw that you were out and then had to find another budget player. Other than that, nobody cares whether you play or not. Unless
they his folks, his family, they'll care. But I don't think a little kid is showing up to the Rocket Stadium like, Pat ain't playing? Right.
Damn, my night's fucked up.
Okay. That ain't happening.
Now his teammate, on the other hand, Harden, I think him saying, that he would, I like to play all the games. I think you should play all 82, blah, blah, blah. I think that's just to get a good light on his side, to get some extra MVP votes. But at the end of the day, dude, you ain't never playing into June.
Exactly.
You ain't never playing into June. So you already resting. You already fishing. All right. Again, we're talking about 3 teams: Cavs, Warriors, Spurs. The rest of y'all, we not talking about y'all.
Ain't talking about you. And I'm sorry with Harden too. Harden gets his rest in the damn regular season because shit, he ain't playing defense.
Okay.
All they doing is running cardio, running down there shooting threes. That's it. So
reporters, stop asking people that their opinion don't really matter. And players, stop trying to take slide shots at champs when you still trying to get to where they going. When you get to where they going, then you can have an opinion. Outside of that, you play or you don't play, again, nobody's going to really care.
Yeah, last time I checked, LeBron done went to 6 straight finals and went 6 games. And like, all of them.
2 or 3 Olympics?
Yeah, so that's a lot of basketball on them legs, people. So before you hate on that, man, you get to where he get. So, you ready to go NCAA, big dog?
Cool.
All right, people, we are down to the Final Four. We got UNC versus Oregon, and we got Gonzaga versus South Carolina. Boy, did we ever see this coming here. I mean, I had UNC getting there to win the title because I got to roll with them. But Oregon, Gonzaga, and South Carolina, what the hell?
Nah, I had my Final Four. I had Arizona, Carolina, Kansas, and Florida, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so you was almost straight. You almost had two of them.
I was almost straight. But I like the way South Carolina playing. And them boys play hard nose.
Hard defense.
One thing that concerns me about them, because I didn't watch. I can't even say I didn't watch a lot of them. I didn't watch any of South Carolina before the tournament started.
Nah, me neither.
But from what I'm hearing is that they've always been a good defensive team, but offensively they struggled at times. And here in the tournament, they seem to be on a roll.
Right.
I'm concerned that at some point you eventually fall back into who you really are.
Right.
And, are they going to struggle defensively in this offensively in this Final Four? And if they do, it's going to be tough for them to maybe to overcome.
I tell you what, this cat they have, Sindarius Thornwell, 21.6 points a game in the tournament. He is making himself some money. But it's the defense. I mean, I hit you when the game started with Duke, and I was watching them. I said they're gonna win this damn game because they was in it. They were playing them hard nosed. You love to see teams like that, hard nosed, good defensive teams that keep going. You get on that run, you never know. I don't know if I'm gonna take them to beat Gonzaga. I ain't got that far yet, but it's a good little run so far. Real good little run. It's good for the SEC to have a team get this far because that's a football conference, people. Kentucky almost got there. You almost had two teams from the SEC in the Final Four. We'll get to Kentucky in a little bit, but
in South Carolina, you had them going against an SEC team.
There you go, Florida. So you had three in the Elite Eight from the SEC, a football conference.
Yep.
That's dope.
Yep.
That's dope. That's just more money coming into that conference.
Right.
Gonzaga. I've watched them a few times. I like their point guard. I like him, Nigel Williams-Gross, tall kid. Seems to be able to do a lot. I don't care for the way he fouls a lot. Takes a lot of risk.
Yeah.
But he makes that team go. That grown man they got at center, the big the Viking.
Yeah.
He has good hands, good footwork, but the point guard makes him go. Good depth. What you think about Gonzaga?
I still haven't watched a whole lot of them. Even the Elite Eight game, who they played Baylor?
Yeah, Baylor.
Yeah, the game was on, but I wasn't really paying that game too much attention. I think if Gonzaga plays a speed team that's going to run them down the floor, I think they'll take the boy out. Take the game. I like the guard play. They got another cat that's a guard. I can't think of his name right off top, but I think number 4. But he's a good scorer. But I don't know a whole lot about him, but I think they're a solid team. I think they should beat South Carolina because I just think something just tells me, and I hope I'm wrong, because I want to see North versus South Carolina for the championship.
That'd be dope.
But I think at some point they gonna fall back into what they really are offensively.
I tell you what, man.
Think about the Final Four. You think about how the court and the setup in these games is different because you're in a dome.
Yeah.
You don't have the backdrop. You make a lot about the backdrop in these games, a lot how that affects shooters.
Yeah.
You got a team that really ain't shooters,
right.
That could be some adjustment that they got to get used to that they may not, be
gotcha.
To, but we'll see.
All right. You can't really call it an upset, can you, when Oregon beat Kansas? Is that an upset?
Nah.
I didn't consider it one.
Oregon at one point was a top 3 team.
Exactly. So I never looked at that as an upset, but what I did look at is Kansas going Kansas.
I was thinking about it sitting here, and I said it on the show last week. They got good guards. They don't have nothing on the inside.
Nothing.
When them big guards from Oregon was preventing them from shooting because that boy Graham, he normally gets off on Kansas. He wasn't able to do shit.
Right.
Mason got his. He got a lot driving to the hole, and he did, hit some jumpers. But they was totally locking Kansas down from the outside, and then even when Kansas got good looks, they weren't able to make them. But
Right.
they didn't have really anything that they can go down low to stop runs or to get a good get a basket when they needed one. And I thought that would be their downfall. And that boy Ball,
Yeah.
was it Bell or Ball?
Ball.
That boy swatting. I think he just blocked somebody else's shot.
Right. I tell you what, Jackson, he's gonna be an NBA player. But I tell you what, man, the people who had the most effect on this NCAA basketball this past weekend, the damn refs. Boy, they were calling these games something tight. Yeah. I mean, Jackson was essentially out of that game. First 5 minutes of the game. Essentially out of it.
Who are you talking about?
From
Johnson. Oh, okay. Yeah.
He was out the game first 5 minutes.
Yeah. Now, the fouls that he committed, and this was my thing with the refs, and it happened not only in that game but in the Carolina-Kentucky game. It wasn't the fouls that they called so much because they were legit fouls. It was what they weren't calling. To me, they were inconsistent.
Right.
Especially, you take a look at that Kentucky game. There was times when I was like, damn, that was a foul.
Right.
That was a good foul. They didn't call it. Oh, well, good for us. But
right.
It was, especially in the first half.
Right.
And I would have been a Kentucky fan. I would have been like, yo, look, we getting housed here. Because, you can see it in the players' faces. You can see it in their reactions to every call. You can see it in Cal's face. But, they came out second half and, they were able to weigh that storm. But, yeah, the refs in this whole tournament have been just horrible. Just horrible.
We can transition over to that game. We both watched that entire game due to our allegiances, but that was a good college basketball game. And one thing I will say about that game, that was truly the one and done experience versus having total team experience.
Right.
If you ever want to do a case study on which was best, and not to say it was best all the time, because we don't know how to go if it was a 5 to 7 game series. But on this last Sunday, experience won out. Kentucky's freshmen played a combined 96 minutes in that game. UNC's freshmen only played 29. So that means you had seasoned players on the court who've been there, gone through some stuff, who weren't shook compared to guys who just hadn't been there.
Right. And Carolina doesn't really. They don't play a lot of freshmen anyway. Bradley gets minutes for the most part. Seventh Woods, I don't know.
He only played like 2 minutes.
Roy did not put him back in the game. Normally he'll put him back in, but he didn't take any chances this game. And that, along with a couple other coaching moves, we were kind of critical of Roy last week. We were doing our top, 5 or 10 coaches, but he pulled off some good moves.
Yes, he did.
Decisions a couple of times in that game. One to me was I think you got it in the notes here. Of course, when he played we got the down 5 with like 5 minutes to go or so.
5 minutes, yeah.
He actually called the timeout.
Right.
He actually called the timeout, people to stop or run or to try to get momentum back. Roy Williams, he actually did that, so we know he's capable of doing it. All right, that was good coming out in that 2-3 zone. How you think that zone affected Kentucky?
That zone move, people. I know we joke about it, but Monty Jones tells you that zone is for suckers. That zone saved that game because going to that away from that the man-to-man, it started putting pressure on these cats to hit them shots. Let's be very clear, people. Kentucky, their backcourt, those are NBA players. Monk and Fox are NBA players, first-round lottery picks, but they're young. And when that pressure hit them, we played damn good defense. Carolina played some of the best defense on them guards, considering what happened to Lonzo on Friday.
Right.
For them to do what they did to DeAndre Fox, excellent move. I got to give it to Roy. I've been critical the last couple weeks. I've been very critical. Roy stepped up when need be. And Luke May
and Theo, even though Theo's still bullshit on offense, Theo stepped up on defense. He was a big contributor to being able to keep them boys on the wraps. The first game when Monk went off for 47, we didn't have Theo.
Yes.
That forced some different matchups. But by Theo being there and allowed Joel Berry to get on to play Briscoe, and not have to play 5 because that was big.
But one guy we got to give it up to defensively, Jackson.
Yeah.
The defense he played on Monk.
Excellent.
You know what? I don't like to be reactionary, but I honestly think the way he played on Sunday, and if they finish this thing out, that's gonna get him from the bottom of the lottery. I mean, the bottom of the first round. That might get him up to 13 into the lottery. If he can play that type of defense,
right,
with that size, and hit the shots he hit on a consistent basis, y'all played a damn good game.
Damn. Monk only had 12 points, and 6 of those were those last, those 2 threes he hit right at the very end.
Right.
He reached through the screen and choked the shit out of Kennedy Meeks for taking that 5-second call.
Yes.
But overall, they played good. Another good move I think Roy made, because you just spoke about Luke May, was sitting Isaiah Hicks ass down and putting May in toward the end of the game in crunch time.
Well, that's your fault, actually.
Huh?
That's your fault, actually. Because Isaiah was at your house chilling.
Isaiah Hicks probably doesn't make that jump shot to win the game.
Nah, hell no.
If he's in the game instead of May, Isaiah Hicks probably doesn't make that shot.
I don't have the box score in front of me. Didn't you tell me that cat didn't have one damn board? Not one?
That was the Elite 8 game, I believe.
I'm sorry. So against Butler on Friday, his 7-foot ass ain't had one rebound. Not one rebound.
Not one rebound.
That's a shame. Kennedy Meeks had 17 boards on Sunday. Shout out to the boy. I guess the thing that they need to be concerned about at this point is on Joel Berry's ankles.
Yeah,
both of them now.
Yeah, I think he's fine. I mean, he finished the game. I've been looking at updates. He's just pretty much getting treatment and whatnot. I've been seeing the headlines, and I think the headlines are more written in a panic sense than what's really going on. He'll be fine. He's not missing the Final Four.
But I had a topic toward the end here that I want to go into because it kind of hit me when I was looking at this game and looking at his overall record. Is it safe to say for Coach Cal's legacy that the one and done is hurting him?
How so? What do you mean?
Okay. Since 1996, and that was with the UMass when he was there, he sent 44 guys to the NBA. 17 of them have been lottery picks. 3 of them have been number one since 1996. Since he's been in Kentucky alone, they've made, 4 Final Fours, 1 title. He has, where did I put it at? It was 31 of these guys from Kentucky alone went to the NBA since 2009. Only 17 of them were first round. 21 were first round. A lot of them cats shouldn't have went pro. Imagine if they didn't have that right now. And these cats, now he gets you to the pros. He'll get you there, even if it's late. He'll get you to the pros. But just imagine if some of these guys would stay a year.
Scouts should still be there.
Oh, you talking about big man? Yeah, he shouldn't have went.
Scouts should still be there.
Yeah, when you go down the bottom of the lottery list, the NBA first round draft pick list, and look at some of these cats who left, they should have went back. He should have 2 or 3 titles. Now he'll get you pro. I ain't mad about that. He's helping families getting these cats there. But if he's only getting one and done, nobody's staying. Nobody.
Right. So yeah, you're not building that. You're not building.
There's no continuity. None.
North Carolina. You got guys that was McDonald's All-Americans: Justin Jackson, Theo Pinson, Joe Barry, Kennedy Meeks. All these dudes was McDonald's All-Americans, but they stayed and let their games develop. And look where they at as juniors and seniors. They right back in the Final Four, even after losing big pieces last year. So when you got a team full of one and dones, it's hard to repeat that every year. And I don't think he's getting. I think these a lot of the dominant one and ones are going to other places now too. Duke's getting them. Now you got UCLA starting to get them.
Right.
So it's not just they all going to Kentucky anymore.
Right.
And so that's why they're not as dominant as those Anthony Davis teams, those John Wall, DeMarcus Cousins teams.
Right.
They still good, and they was just one thing away from getting to the Final Four again. But them teams then was like damn near surefire. They going to the Final Four.
It's just he doesn't have continuity. These cats, a lot of them aren't even staying to be sophomores. Right. So he's basically turning over his roster every year pretty much because he's getting 6, 7 first round picks.
Right.
Half them cats ain't even good. It's just, I wonder, is he telling them to go to enhance the program so he can say, I'm sending 7 guys to the league every year, instead of telling these cats the truth? You need to stay and work on your game.
Well, I think, you got to think about how Cal recruits you coming in the door. I mean, remember, I don't know if it was an E360 or E60 rather, special or not, but he said that's what he's doing. He's getting one and done players to get them pro. If he wins championships in college, then he win them. But he's more concerned about getting pros and getting them to the league.
So you got a program, a blue blood program like Kentucky, that wants titles, but then you got a coach who ain't stressing the title. He's trying to get cast to the pros. Is it just me, or Cal is an NBA coach masquerading in college? It seemed like he'd be better in the pros.
Well, I don't know, because in the
With
pros,
the right team,
there's no more recruiting.
That's true.
You got a coach at that point.
And that's, I got that. I thought I put that on my notes too. Can you think of one thing he did in that game late that was like good coaching? Honestly,
I mean, they didn't.
No adjustments. It's just he has good players.
Right. I mean, they went on a couple runs. Now, I mean, keep in mind, Carolina was up 7?
Yeah, 7.
They was up 7 at the half. They was up 12, 13 early. Fox was out. They battled back. So I mean, he done some nice things there. Where he plugged the right players in at the right time. Hawkins was big for them coming off the bench. I think he had 10 points.
That's a grown man.
He's like one of their only seniors.
Right. Yeah.
So,
it's interesting. It's interesting when you look at it though, because it's dope that he's getting these guys to the pros, but he's paying the price because there's no continuity. Now, if he would have won, the year they lost to Wisconsin, was it Wisconsin they lost to?
A couple years ago.
Yeah, who did they lose the title game to?
I think it was Wisconsin didn't win no title.
Nah, they lost to Wisconsin in the Final Four, and Wisconsin lost to somebody. That's right. They lost in the Final Four. If he'd have turned a couple of these to a title, I think if he gets the second one, he's straight. Because he'll have 2, he'll be good. But just –
If Derrick Rose make his free throw.
I forgot all about that. Damn, I forgot all about that. Never forget. I forgot all about that.
They supposed that game was won.
Damn.
Won.
Okay, I'm sorry. Derrick Rose did you dirty. He'd have 2. But interesting topic.
That does leave the question. But as long as, like you said, as long as he continues to care more about getting the kids pros, and you got a blue blood program background fan base like Kentucky, how long is that going to last?
Right. So if you're the AD and you're sitting there like, yeah, we got, Drake coming in for our March Madness and our Midnight Madness, and, we got these cats dunking, but we know they gone in March. We ain't got no continuity. We got 1 title, and we folding in the Elite 8 pretty much every year. Something would have to give. It can't be both ways. Right. It can't be.
Yeah.
So I just thought about that today, and it was pretty interesting. Well, what you got left, big dog? Are we up to last call?
Well, we didn't give our prediction on Final Four. We're gonna wait.
We're gonna do that. You gonna do that Thursday?
All right,
I need a little bit more time.
We'll do that Thursday. That is. Oh, let me take a look at my notes. So yeah, we can get into we can go on and get into the last call. So first order of business. I know you told me today that there's a tracker on USA Today.
Bruh. It's a legit NFL arrest tracker. Year by year. Oh my God. Why do rich dudes like going to jail? I don't understand. I don't get it. I don't get it, dog. I don't get it. Man, people, they were doing good for about 2 weeks. From what I found on the tracker, from 3/7 to 3/25, there were no arrests, people. Folks weren't going to jail. But then it just went wrong. You got 3 arrests in 2 days. Stop going to jail, people. Get a driver. You know, don't have the weed in the car.
And Trayvon Boykin, like, okay, the chick, some chickie got, I don't know if it's girl or not, but she's driving. She runs into a storefront or some shit because she's drunk, and he a passenger. Okay, most of the time, passengers get away. Okay, you good. If you get locked up as a passenger, you done fucked up somewhere along the line.
Yes.
And this fool had not 1 but 2 ounces of weed on him. Dude, that's a little much for a personal stash. Okay? Especially to have on you. You know what I'm saying? On your,
right.
You know, you don't need that much weed on you. Unless you had just come from the dude, you know, from the man house, getting right. But
even if you're a backup quarterback in the NFL, you gotta pick up your own weed.
If you're a backup quarterback in the NFL, hell yeah.
You ain't even got a cousin who lives with you for free to go pick up the weed. Something?
You a backup. Yeah, you got.
Okay, a backup guy is still making damn near $1 million a year, if not more. I ain't got a cat living on my. I know there's somebody living in his house, chilling. They couldn't go pick up the weed.
Hey man,
do better, people.
It seems possible, but you know how cats roll, man. You know how cats roll. You still got that. And he young too. I think it's only his second year in the league.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying, he ain't got both feet all the way out the hood yet.
So from what the tracker said, we are up to 12 arrests so far in 2017. Now I know people we said 14, but we were counting some cats who were just recently out of the league. So we were up to 14. But per the tracker, actual NFL players, it's 12 arrests so far in 3 months. They did 25 in the entire year of 2016. And they're up to 12 in 3 months. We ain't got Memorial Day, 4th of July, Labor Day.
Like you said, we ain't got to none of the holidays.
We ain't got none of that. And y'all up to 12? Stop going to jail.
Yep.
Okay, my last call. I got to give it up to one of our arch nemesis. Shout out to Christian Laettner for his petty. Shout out to Christian Laettner for his petty. If people you don't know what I'm talking about, Christian Laettner sent out a tweet on Sunday he at Luke May from North Carolina, and he gave him a shout out for wearing number 32 and ending Kansas, because I want to say it was 25 years ago this past weekend, he hit his shot with the half court pass from Grant Hill to knock out Kansas. I'm sorry, Kentucky, excuse me, to knock out Kentucky. He used a North Carolina player to throw shade at Kentucky. A Duke player did this. From his house, a middle-aged man. I love that, Petty. Does it hurt Kentucky? Does it hurt the same number? He said the force is with him. Shout out to him. The force of number 32. Shout out to him.
Yeah, I never would have thought I would see a Duke player use a Carolina guy in a positive light like that to troll somebody else. Hey man, but hey people, some of y'all can't relate, man. It's just a little blue blood back and forth. That's all.
Hey, that was an incredible shot. Incredible shot. Incredible pass, incredible shot. And they still hate Christian Laettner to this day, but I honestly think he has no fucks to give in regards to y'all hating him. None at all.
Not at all.
All right, good big dog. I am done.
So last item I got for last call. All right, we're about 3-4 weeks, almost a month into free agency so far.
Oh, okay.
And still no AP. We still ain't got no AP signing. What's going on? What's wrong with AP? Why ain't nobody signed AP? Well, over the weekend, I found out why nobody signed AP. AP is probably running into these meetings. I'm gonna show y'all why AP ain't. AP is not signed because he's showing up to meetings asking for $8 million looking like this. That's not photoshopped. Just look around the head, look around the ears. That fabric is touching the skin. You can even see in the back. You can see where it's tied.
Right, he a stunt double for the Ninja Turtles.
Why the fuck is looking like Donatello? And that couch that he's sitting on looks like a couch from the 80s. Where the fuck is he at?
I hope, you know what, I would say he at his grandma's house, but he done seen over 100 million. He got to have her doing better than that.
Look at those drapes. Them shits are dirty.
That's probably why them kids acting up. They ain't scared of him. They seen them pictures like that.
So that's why AP ain't signed right there, because he out here clowning. But yeah, AP will get a
$8 million and you 32 and you ain't played but one out the last 3 seasons. Take a seat, AP. Yeah. Ain't gonna happen.
He'll get a job after the draft.
He's gonna get a job. It's gonna be for $5 million with about $10 million in incentives.
Shit, I'm thinking $3 million guaranteed, about 3 or 4 in incentives maybe if he loves.
Damn. We talking about purple Jesus, dog.
5 is like 5 or 6 is like normal running back money.
I rebuke what you just said because Eddie Lacy fat ass got $5 million. I rebuke that. And he's 270 pounds.
He like 25 too though.
He's 270 pounds.
Yeah, he is like a little nose tackle.
Right.
All right, but that's all we got for y'all tonight, man. Again, we appreciate y'all tuning in. I know I got the 80s look going on. I didn't even realize it until I came on. Enrique's like, what the fuck you got on? But now that I'm looking at myself all show, I'm like, yeah, I do like I just stepped out of breaking. But, hey, it is what it is. So we're going to hit y'all again on Thursday with our Final Four preview, pick some winners, see if anything else has been going on in NFL. What you got to leave the people with, Hate?
We started the AA Sportscast IG page this past week, and it's popping. We're keeping them images out there. We're promoting us. Check us out on YouTube. We are trying to start this movement, and I'm trying to convince the homie to do this 2-man picket sign against Paul Millsap for the Hawks, which we're really debating this, people. We're trying to get out there, and I can't see giving that cat the Supermax, but Hawks ain't got no damn choice.
200 million.
Boy.
About that.
Ooh.
Yeah, like you said, man, y'all make sure y'all 3 things to do, just 3. Watch the video, like the video, and then subscribe. That's all you got to do. Just 3 things real quick. So again, we appreciate y'all. We appreciate the love, appreciate the views. Again, hit us up at the Twitter site, AA Sportscast. Hit myself at Diego Barish on Twitter. Hit Hate at Rike6000. We'd love to take y'all questions. We're going to get some guests on here soon. We keep saying that, but at one point, we're actually going to buckle down and schedule some. So
there you go.
We'll see y'all on Thursday, people. Be easy, be blessed. Peace.
Peace.